Okay. Ah. Here we go. It's pretty cool. I think we're streaming. Oh, hello. Hi guys, this is weird. Can you guys hear me, by the way? Hello? I love you, I'm sobbing. Thanks very much. Hi, corn nuts. Woo. Yeah, I'm slightly early, I'm sorry. Can you hear us? Yeah, okay, cool. Thanks. Nice, that's really nice. Okay, I'm gonna open this live stream on my phone so I can look at my thingy. The thingy. Hold on. Can't see your chats for now. Yes, please work. Oh, it's playing. Hold on, I forgot to turn off my thing. You make my bar so blue. Na, 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 na. Cuckoo. It's a little hot. Okay, so I'm on and I can see your chats and everything. Let's actually get something up. I'm gonna draw Vincent Firstorino. Vincent. Okay. So, questions. Got my thingy. Open that up. Let's see, my first question is from Clara101. Clara101. So they said, what's your favorite character from the Heathers play? That's a hard question to answer. Because I kind of have, don't want to toot my own horn here, but kind of have a favorite for the AU and for the original, which is weird, I guess. Let's see. My favorite for the play is Veronica, because, well, there's a lot of things about Veronica I love. I kind of see myself in Veronica, I guess. Not, the smart side or anything, but the, I guess the cool side. No, that doesn't make any sense either. I guess how she rationalizes things is kind of how I rationalize things, and guess how she wanted to get out of high school. I'm not in high school anymore, but I remember that feel, as it were. And but in my EU, it's gotta be Heather. No, not Heather. The Hunters. Hunter McNamara, because sweet bean, sweet baby. Yeah, I never talked about drawing before. This is really weird. So sorry for saying a lot. And this is also my first live stream. So indeed. I will now go to the next question. I'm balancing a load of things together. Sorry guys. Second question is from Rainbow Lover, who asks, how old are you? Well, I am hi Jelly35. Okay, no, they say how old I am. I am 17 years old. I'm 18 in February. Cool beans, that's kind of it. And I really should have compiled these better. I'm really not doing very well. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Next question is TPG Candy, and it's what is your favorite Heather song or any song from anything, which is quite a broad choice. I'm not gonna lie. So let me think. From Heather's, favorite to sing are probably JD songs because, well, specifically Freeze Your Brain, which was always fun before he was completely a psycho. And then also Meant to Be Yours, I guess, is a good one as well. But to be honest, like the song that I would listen to out of context of the Heavens play would probably be probably Dead Girl Walking. I just love the kind of the riffs. Obviously, my girl Wilbert doing all the vocals. Oh, she's so cool. And just listening to it in general, it was kind of the first song that I really liked listening to, and all that stuff. So that's from Heather's, but from I think anything in general, I'm pretty mainstream when it comes to music. I know normie and all that, but I kind of like kind of rocky music. That's just from listening to it growing up with my dad, I guess. And then the pop music was kind of for my mum, so I've kind of like listened to both of those. So I'll have a special little playlist, but it's usually full of really weird stuff. Like if any one of my friends looked at it and was like, "Why do you have musical stuff in there?" It's a tiny bit weird. In fact, I can pull up my thing right now. Hold on. I called it my Summer 2017 playlist. It's not summer anymore, but for example, I've got like Despacito, like Redbone, obviously, got then Childish Gambino in there. Then Panic at the Disco, because who can forget their emo phase? Then Gorillaz, because Gorillaz are just masters in music. 21 Pilots, again, a little bit of a white girl. Two Door Cinema Club, they're cool. Mystery Skulls, because internet, and then just like some random ones, including like Muse and People, and so weird stuff. I don't have a favorite song. That always changes, so I can like regards to other music, or other musicals, I should say. If you look at my channel, I really like Dear Evan Hansen, and my favorite from that in a moment is Waiting Through a Window. So yeah, I like that one, especially playing it. It's really fun to play and sing along to. Let me think. BMC or Be More Chill. I really like. Obviously, the main one is Michael in the Bathroom, but then I played that like so much, quite out of order. I guess I kind of like the script song more. I mean, who can resist Rich just belting out the last bit, you know? It's from Japan. I won't do that now because this microphone is already bad enough, so I don't want to just go over that. Let me think. Other ones, Hamilton. That kind of got me into the musicals. So Hamilton-wise used to be, you know, the story kind of centric ones like Burn and Helpless, Satisfied. Basically, anyone with Philippa Sue in it was my favorite. But really taken a liking to Guns and Ships recently. I think it's just so I could learn the rap, and I haven't really done that very well, considering I've only done the first bit up until Washington comes in. Then it kind of goes nowhere. I kind of like forget it. I can't do it anymore. and then yeah, I can't do anymore. I'm sorry, can't live up to my good boy Lafayette in that song. What else? I also listened to In the Heights long time ago. I didn't listen to it anymore. My favorite from that one probably is Champagne or Blackout. I really like those two. Quick look back at the chat because I'm dabbling. Let's see. Okay, next question, I guess. I kind of answered that one. Next question. This question is, God, I'm so bad at this. What's your favorite song? Okay, it's from Swishy Wolf 777. Are you planning on drawing more Be More Chill stuff? Good question. I did. Oh no, what happened? Something happened? Uh-oh. Should be streaming. Someone said something happened? What? Someone please answer me. Oh, it's all good. Okay, thanks. Not sure where I got the two, but I'll repeat the question anyway. Squishy Wolf 777 said, "Are you planning on drawing more Be More Chill stuff?" Which is a good question. Be More Chill. I've drawn quite a lot for Be More Chill, but it's mostly on Tumblr. The only one I think I've drawn on YouTube was the Rich Jake stuff. I'll show you guys now if you want. If I can find it. There's that moment when you're going through your sketch. Ooh, no, like that. When you go through your sketchbook, you're like, I hope there's nothing really awkward in here. Nope, Morty. How long ago did I do this? June? Oh yeah, okay, there was this stuff, and that. Yeah, I guess I'll go through these ones. I did okay, so from the song, Voices in Your Head at the beginning, how Michael and Jeremy's dad are giving him advice on how to confess to Christine. So I took that idea, gotta buy her a rose, compliment her on her clothes, and then say that you think she's smart. So I did that, but then so of course Rich comes in later and says that you got to tell her that you're excited sexually. So I did that with Jake. That one, lots of people like that one, I guess. It was just kind of I wonder what would happen if this happened. So that's just kind of, yeah. I did a pride flag thing, during Pride. Every 5 days I did a different color. So the first color was, Jeremy Michael, and then the second orange was Jake. So it's Healing and Life. I guess that was fun. I also did another project. I want to say project. I also don't want to say project in case it's not right. Yeah, flower. Okay, here we go. I did kind of this flower project to kind of do show the kind of weaknesses of the characters, I guess. Question mark. Yeah, so this is Jeremy and his weaknesses, his mind, because of the script and everything. Then I was like, what if I did something else? So I did Michael and his tears, because, Michael in the bathroom, and the whole crying scenario. And then I went on to Christine, because, I love play rehearsal. Her thing was her, passion. And she always kind of fell down to her passion and art. I was meant to go on to Jenna. I think Jenna Rowland was going to be the next one. It was going to be her mouth, because she's a big old gossip in the play. I've opened way too many things. Hold down. Auxiliaries. Oh, no. But yeah, that was kind of all of the BMC things I've did. But yeah, so Genderbend was going to be her mouth. Then it was going to be Chloe and Brooke that were kind of either going to be eyes or ears because, you know, gossip, but just listening to it. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. No, not. Okay. Then it was going to be kind of more physical stuff with Rich and Jake. So Jake was going to be his legs, Rich was going to be his burn scars. So yeah, I guess that's like 5 other people that I'm probably not going to draw anymore because I just kind of left that project alone. I do that a lot with projects. I'm surprised I got to all the way through the Pride one on time, sorta. And yeah, so that's the BMC question. I will do more, but I probably just keep forgetting to record it for speed paints and stuff because I mean to do that, but then I'm halfway through the picture and I'm just like, oh, right, yes, that thing. Never mind. But yeah, that's the question. Thank you, SquishyWolf777. Next one is from Blank Canvas. Oh, how did you get in here? You just did it a minute ago. I think this is in top order. I'll do it anyway since I've said your name. Blank Canvas. Yes, last minute. Have you seen the Heathers movie? Ooh, that's controversial because I have a whole AU in it and I have not seen it. I've been meaning to see it, but this is just... that's either like finding it online and I'd rather watch it in better quality, if that makes sense. And like, I guess I could try and find it on Netflix or something, but I don't really have Netflix on hand all the time. The fact that you remind me of this may be a good time to now go and find it and do that. So, thanks for that. So, oh no, don't be sorry. I know it was last minute, but I'm not sure how we got in it. But that's fine. Yeah. Well, that was a short answer anyway. I just haven't seen the movie. This one is from Katie James. What got you into drawing the Heathers? Well, I kind of went through it already. I guess it was just how I started liking a lot of musicals. It started with Hamilton, and then In the Heights, then Heathers, and then the Be More Chill and Jane Hansen. So what got me into drawing the Heathers? I don't know. I guess one time because it kept coming up on my recommended on YouTube, and every time the bootleg, and every time it did, I would just be like, okay, this is something to listen to while I'm drawing. And then at one point I thought, hey, you know what hasn't been done? Genderbend AU of Heathers. So I did Vincent's, and I guess it got mixed responses, and then I was just, some people like it, so why not try and do the Heathers next? So I went on to Candy Store, and then I think it was Fight for Me, and then it kind of kept getting more and more, and then it was Freeze Your Brain, I think. Then it got to a point where I just did Big Fun, and I didn't want to do a whole other picture because I'm lazy. So I asked people to send in requests on Tumblr and asks. Just like, little scenarios, or like if you have any questions about the AU, and so many people replied to that. It was just so different from the response I got to the actual posts, and I was like, oh, people are actually interested in this. So I started drawing them. More and more people came up. It got to a point where I had like 100 or so requests, and I was thinking, oh no, I can't do all these. And so I guess, yeah, that was where I guess that's how I got into Heathers, and it just became a thing where it's like, so many people want this, I can't back down now. So it would be my blog has mainly just become Heathers things, and yeah, I guess it's kind of what's happened from now is just that I've become the Heathers Genderbend AU blog. People come to me asking me if they can cosplay their characters, which is so like super not supernatural, but surreal for me, I guess is the right word. And like, okay. I mean, technically half of the design isn't mine. It's like just an adaptation, but it's still cool. So I guess the Tumblr community got me more into drawing it, but overall it was just this kind of this genderbend idea of, has anyone done this yet? I'm gonna do it sort of mentality, which I'm not sure if that's healthy or not. Okay, so oh, it is on Netflix. Okay, that's cool. Thank you. Let me see. Oh, so speaking of which, the next one is from Diamond 2.0, favorite Netflix show, which is an interesting one. I only have Netflix in one house at a time. Basically, I'm in a situation where every other week I'm living at a different house. Kind of guess what's going on there, so don't need to explain it. But when I'm at one of the houses, I have Netflix. What do you call it? Accessibility, I guess, would be the one. I'm not one for watching kind of Netflix shows, I guess. I'm not one for watching kind of the mainstream ones. I'm into cartoons mostly, and or musicals, which doesn't really cross over into Netflix territory. But there was one I did watch, and it was Once Upon a Time, and that's like the one I watched the longest. It was I watched it until season 5, I believe. And I kind of gave up with that. And then I guess I watched Stranger Things because everyone was talking about it. And I guess kind of I was watching Once Upon a Time and it kind of bored me out, but Stranger Things definitely did not bore me out. It was very, very well written, and I know there's a second season coming out very soon. So I can't wait to watch that. So I will be going back to visit. I guess that being my favorite show on Netflix, Stranger Things. Yeah, I think I've drawn some stuff from it. Oh, I drew 11 once. I can't be able to go and find it because I think it was from a long time ago. So yeah, that's kind of where we come. Yeah, so Stranger Things, I guess, would be my favorite episode. Next one from Snow _ Fool. How long have you been drawing? That's a good question. Drawing from a young age, but drawing, like physically trying to get better at drawing. Probably 11. I would say 11, 12-ish, like late 11, 12 age. I think I actually remember the exact point. Okay, story time. It was English, weirdly enough. It wasn't even art. It was English in year 7. I'm not sure how grades work in America in relation to year 7. I guess this would be late middle school, if that makes sense. I think it's like the grade is one higher in America, so this would be grade 8, I think. I want to say it is. But I was 11, so I guess you can kind of work that out. Yeah, so I was 11 at the time. We were having English, and I think one of our kind of fluffy homework assignments was we just read a poem, and she said, "Oh, can you draw what you think the girl from this particular poem looks like?" And so we went off and we drew them, and I was stumped. I was kind of having a little art block. I was like, I can't think of anything to draw. I know what I want to draw, but I don't know how to draw it, which I think is a kind of a common place for all artists to kind of start at. Like, I've got this idea in my head, I have no clue how to do it. So I did something that all 11-year-olds do when they're getting into drawing, which is looking up a reference, and the reference I looked up was, of course, an anime base, with the hands tucked behind their back, because I couldn't draw hands. I wish I could show you this thing, but I do not have it anymore. But yeah, it was kind of this girl with a star spacey cloak. I might try and recreate at one point, like a kind of redraw. She wasn't really an OC, but kind of more of a depiction. So yeah, and then after that, I was like, oh, I'm really interested in the style. That kind of looked good, so I then kept going with it. Unfortunately, I got to a kind of weird part of my life. I mean, it wasn't that weird considering I was in actually the target audience for the show at the time. Which, I mean, I cringe back on it now, but I was kind of 11. I think 11 to 12 was the time where I picked up the show My Little Pony. Yes, I created a Tumblr account, and I was underage. Shh, don't tell anyone. But yeah, so I created all that stuff, and then so my human drawings kind of came to a halt. I didn't learn anything about the human form for a while, just because I wasn't drawing any. Which was kind of a bad move on my part, because then when I went back into it, I was severely inexperienced with how to draw people. But oh boy, could I draw a pony? Ooh, yes. So that was not great. What are these hands? I can't draw hands while I'm talking. But yeah, so My Little Pony, and then my friend got me into Gravity Falls, and that's when I kind of got back into drawing humans again. And what else? Yeah, it kind of led me to stuff like, let me think. I watched all of Gravity Falls, and then I started watching Steven Universe as well. And I watched from that just many more cartoons like Star Wars: Force of Evil, stuff. Just kept going, and then it got into Miraculous Ladybug, which is a French CGI show. It's really good. I recommend it if you like cartoons. And weirdly enough, they got me into Hamilton. That was it's because someone made an animatic to one of the characters from the show to "You'll Be Back" from Hamilton. And I was like, oh, this is a tune. So I listened to it on Spotify, like the whole playlist. I was weird. I did it on shuffle first because I didn't realize how to listen to musicals on Spotify. And I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. I actually listened to it in order, and I was like, oh, this is actually quite a good story. Watched the bootleg, and then it kind of went on to In the Heights and so on. Shout out to Heathers. So we've come full circle off of that question. So thank you, Snow_4. Next one. Oh, this is a random question. The Angel of the Lord asks, have you ever listened to the band Blur? I'm just wondering something I listen to. I know of the band Blur, but I do not listen to them. I kind of explained my whole music situation before, so yeah, not really. I don't think I'd go into that indie of a band. I'm not even sure if it's that indie, to be honest. I know it's not particularly popular, but sorry, water. But yeah, I guess. Next one, we have four more. So I can go to the chat for just quick fire questions, I guess. Unless there's anyone, I'll check during the next question. Next one is from Jelly35, who asks, what inspired you to start drawing? What inspires you to keep drawing? So I kind of said what inspired me to start drawing. So keep drawing. I guess it's the knowledge that people are gonna see it, which I know is always a bad thing, but like it depends on what I'm drawing, to be honest. If I'm drawing the Heathers Genderbend, then it's mostly because I know people will enjoy it. I enjoy drawing it, just kind of watching my character designs, not my characters, come to life, and just kind of combining something I love to do, which is designing characters, and something I love to listen to, Heathers. So I guess it's a cool sort of amalgamation of two things I love, but then there's other things like just drawing general characters, which is fun because I just like seeing how I interpret them. That kind of inspires me to keep going. There's a thing I used to do when I was on art block, which was which I get frequently, which was kind of browse through the OC's tag on Tumblr and just pick a random one and basically just draw fan art for them and give it back to them, watch their reaction. I would just love the fact that they would love it. Some would even give me like full-on critiques, which I think was quite funny. Why is Vincent looking particularly bald today? I think I've done something wrong to his hair. Like, I'm not concentrating enough. But yeah, I guess inspires me is people's reactions mostly to my art. If I can bring any sort of joy or any sort of keyboard mashing in response, excited ones, not angry ones, hopefully, then I'm all happy. I'm all happy for those people. Thank you, Jelly35. Let me see. Are you into any other musicals? I kind of explained that one. Sorry, Yaneli Soto. I kind of list them off, I guess. So there's Hamilton, In the Heights, Heathers, Dear Evan Hansen, Be More Chill. Those are the main ones. And then I kind of I'm in this point where I'm just randomly kind of half watching things. So I'll get halfway through a musical and I'll just, because I'm usually doing it late at night, I'll fall asleep or I just can't go on with it. I'm just so bad at getting into stuff. So I tried to watch Next to Normal and I got halfway through it. Good songs, but I didn't really like the subject matter, I guess. And then, let me see, I can't even remember the name of it now. It's such a long name. It was like, Christ. It was something like Natalie and Pierre and the Comet of something. It's a really long name. I know it's based off a Russian play. I liked it for the most part. The characters were quite funny, but I just had no idea where the story was going, and it was just, there were quite a lot of characters, albeit they were great, but I just had no idea what was happening. And then there was another one I tried to watch halfway through. I think it was called Falsettos, which is cool. I think I got a quarter through that, so not very far. So thank you for that, Yaneli Soto from a day ago. Sorry. Favorite AU or from any fandom? This is from Leah Yesa Fangirl. I'll spell that Liaisia. Oh, Leah is a fangirl. God, I can't. I thought the first part. I like how I managed to differentiate fangirl, but nothing else. Okay, Leah is a fangirl. Got it. Oh, the Great Comet of 1812. Yeah, okay, yeah, that's true. I remember the Great Comet of something. Thank you, Spoof. Oh God. Yeah. So, favorite AU. That's an interesting question. Because over my time, I've seen a lot of fandoms, and over those fandoms, there have been two types. There's kind of three, I guess. There's a sub one. There's three types of fandom. There's a fandom that gets AU'd, a fandom that becomes an AU, or a fandom that doesn't get AU'd at all. It's really weird. So I think the best way to describe this, Undertale is a really good one for a fandom that got AU'd. Because when people started liking the game, all these AUs came out, like the Era AU, I don't even know what that is. It's like the evil one, which is like stabbing at the bad ending. There's the pure one. There was just so many AUs from this one game. And so that was a classic example of AU'd fandom. Then there's a fandom that became an AU. I guess the best one for that is Steven Universe, because I've seen so many fandoms basically just I guess like gem-sona characters, I guess, like gem versions of characters. So that makes sense to me for that one to be a fandom that became an AU. And there's a few fandoms that just nothing happened with them. Or there were a few, but like not a lot. So I think one of them would be kind of, I guess, indie games that were kind of so unique in their own right that they couldn't possibly be put in any other any other place. But there's kind of the obvious AUs that always happen, like if it's something like Five Nights at Freddy's or games where the characters aren't human, they will be humanized. Or let me think. Yeah, so there's the humanized one. There's like a high school one that always seems to happen. Let me think. And I guess Genderbend's kind of an obvious one. Genderbends, I guess, like I like looking at them, but as a concept, they're kind of really simple. They're just changing the design of characters and then plopping them into the story, which is, I guess, I mean, it's cool to look at the designs. Honestly, I'm surprised about how many people have like stayed for this long. Um, for my one in general, just like who stayed interested in it, because I think past the designs, most people give up on this type of AU. But I guess my favorite for anyone, I guess high school is quite fun, especially if the characters are adults, just to see them being like turned into young people, which is quite funny. Another one I really like is kind of a monstery kind of AU. So like they're turned into centaurs or dragons and stuff like that. I guess it's quite fun to see the designs of that as well. I just really like the designs of stuff. So that happens a lot. But okay, so yeah, that's a cool question. I kind of went on about fandom detail for way too long. There was no reason for me to do that. Thank you, Leah is a fangirl. Managed to say that. Oh, okay, this is the last one on the video, unless I need to reload it. From Ghost Cat. Oh, what inspiration did you use while drawing the male version of Heathers? I guess I can kind of go through each character and kind of tell you. I mean, they're obviously all based on the originals. I might just bring up the original candy store one. I have a Heathers folder that I keep moving into each. As you can see, I'm terribly organized. Did I move it into my... I didn't, did I? Did I? I did. There we go. Let's bring up my things. Bring that one for later. And Jacqueline. Guess that's all of them. Oh, and Martin, obviously. Yeah, we go. So, update flash. Yeah, for Vincent, this is the first one I did, so I guess my style has changed a lot since then. There's a few things that like I haven't kept the same. But for Vincent, I was trying to think of like the stereotypical nerdy kind of guy in the 80s with like the curtained hair that he would use to like be a bit emo and like keep it in his eyes, kind of shield himself from the world sort of thing. Hide behind his bangs, I guess. And he would do that thing where he would turn around a corner and swish his hair. Like it would become a habit. Can't speak, habit. And then I thought, how would the Heathers or guess Hunters make him better? I guess would be to reveal his face by gelling it back. The weird thing is that people on the first video I did a compilation of these, they all said, "What do you mean? What's wrong with the old Vincent?" To be honest, there wasn't anything really wrong with the old Veronica either. She just kind of changes into a blue outfit. I guess that's kind of the idea. She just dressed more femininely. So for his design, I just kind of went for obviously the varsity jackets kind of just happened on their own, like with Candy Store. They just became a thing, and then I realized halfway through that I was making them kind of cookie cutter in the actual play. They kind of all have little variations, so I tried to put in, especially because so McNamara has the black bands, which I ended up putting on the neck bands as well. Chandler's the same, and then Duke has the stripes, which I also put in the neckband later on. So McNamara, I think I've mentioned, because I'm a little bit of a weeb, not gonna lie, but I guess kind of the reverse. I used to be really into reverse harems, and putting my hand up now, yeah, I'm a weirdo. But I was into reverse harems, and there was always that character with the long hair. whether it be tied up or not. And yeah, so the wood would be the gentle one, the kind of quiet one. And so I thought, McNamara would have long, blonde, curly hair and wouldn't care at all. That was kind of where his personality came from. He was a jock because he liked playing football. He was in shape because he liked playing football, and he had long hair because he liked it. Basically, he keeps doing things that he likes, but it kind of accidentally makes him popular, if that makes sense. Um, and then Duke was an interesting one. Duke, I was kind of trying not to do the classic, just make his hair the messy and short, but that's kind of what happened. I tried to go for curtains, but I mean, it kind of ended up evolving by itself to this messy mop of hair right here, which I guess suited him better. So, yeah, I just was kind of trying to go for the. I don't know what I was trying to do. There wasn't really an inspiration with Duke other than his hair needs to be thick, kind of curly and short, I guess was the idea. He plays basketball in my headcanon. So yeah, that was that. Then there's Chandler. Now Chandler was an interesting one because I don't know why, but I always envisioned him with this quiff on his head. And a lot of people have said that they don't like the quiff, and I understand why, because it's very unconventional. And it's highly inaccurate. If anyone tries to redo this hairstyle, it's going to be hard. So I was kind of going for the. I don't really know how to describe it. More of a. I know it's in the 80s, late 80s, so there's no reason for him to have this hairstyle. But I believe he would be one of those kind of jockey people that would be super hip and be like, oh yeah, I'm totally into the 60s aesthetic. Oh yeah, I'm so cool. Everyone died. I was into this hairstyle before it was cool. So yeah, I thought that was his thing. I guess maybe he would have a different hairstyle before he got really popular, and then he started doing his own thing, kind of like McNamara. He was just like, screw you, I'm already famous. I'm already popular in the school. You can't tell me what to do. I'm setting a new trend. So I guess that was him. And then on to, yeah, JD. Here we go. JD's outfit was exactly the same as the male JD in the play. Probably because I have no imagination, but also she would wear that anyway. So I'm not sure what to say about this. The messy mop of hair was kind of just. She's a rebel, so she would always just do stuff to make herself less feminine, just in spite of her mum. And the black lipstick, obviously. Just the only makeup she wears. She only wears black lipstick. That's the only ones that she wears, just because it makes her look edgy. Her eyeshadows are very much real. She is a very tired baby. She can't sleep, because she's a psychopath. Minnie, Vincent, everyone took Shining to. Ray, obviously. So Ray and Kate. Martin. I'm not sure where I got the idea for Martin. I'm trying to remember the exact kind of thought process I went through. I was looking for a really nerdy haircut, which was obviously the bowl cut. Everyone knows that the bowl cut is the nerd outfit. And I wasn't sure whether or not to change the sweater, because I know that the sweater has a unicorn on it. You kind of see it behind the champagne. Or cider, even fucking cider. I don't know. It's like, I guess in the end I was like, you know what? We all went through a My Little Pony phase, so he's gonna go with who want to. And so yeah, Martin was born. I haven't really drawn a lot of Martin, but he'll come in later. Where was I going with this? Blue. Oh yeah, blue. Here we go. Drive away. So Ray was just kind of the generic bangs and back thing, and I was trying to think of a way to incorporate Westerberg into the cheerleading outfits while also not making them. It's just full of panty shots. So I was like, I remember going to an all-girls school. Skirts were a thing, so I made them wear skirts because cheerleaders need that coverage. And other than that, then kind of Kate, I was just like, I can't give her a ponytail as well, but I know she wouldn't be the type of girl to make her hair go short, so I was like, well, I guess pigtails is where we're going with this. So, yeah, that's that for this one. Let me think. Okay, so I'm hoping this is still going. If that's all the questions on the, what do you call it? The announcement video, I'm gonna quickly check Tumblr to see if there's any on there, but which I highly doubt. No, not seeing any. No, no one's asked me questions on here, so the chat, I guess, if people want to ask me stuff in the chat. Wait, hold on. I'll open up my phone. I guess I'll just say a few things about myself then, since I've been talking about the AU a lot. In case you want to learn a bit more about me for whatever reason. If I see that, like, the viewers are dwindling at the moment. Still, if you do want to send me an ask, I don't know what to put. That's fine. Any quickfire questions, it can be really random if you want me to. This is my first time doing a stream on YouTube or in general. So, I mean, I've done streams before, but not like this one. So, any questions, go for it. I'll keep on drawing Vincent in the meantime, because I've literally done nothing with this Vincent. Oh boy. Oh, do I have any OCs? I do. That's a good question. I kind of used to make OCs for like every single show I watched, which didn't turn out well. That didn't always happen, actually. I'm lying. Oh, what happened? I think my first OC was an MLP OC. It's kind of a kind of a given. But oof. Then it was. Let me think. I made a Steven Universe Gemsona, which I edited over the years. I did a Rubelite Tourmaline. I was going for a pink aesthetic. And let me think. I did an Overwatch OC at one point, which was fun. I did. Hey, cute cats. We're doing quickfire questions. If you want to put one in, I'm just talking about OCs. Oh gosh, I can't. I didn't have a lot of OCs, which is weird because I've seen. Oh, I did have a Miraculous Ladybug OC. I had. It's so weird why I can't remember any of my OCs right now. I definitely have at least. Oh, I have another. Okay, it's not really an OC, if that makes any sense. It was from a podcast thing I like to listen to called Zombies Run. You listen to it while you do exercise, which is fun. And then it's like a story mode, and you play as Runner 5. So I kind of made my own Runner 5. Same old. So yeah, those are my kind of 4 OCs. So Rebellite Tourmaline, Elise, who's the Overwatch one, Runner 5, and Oh, Shazette, I think her name was. Yeah, that's how you say owl. And then Raven Ink is my last one for good old MLP when I used to watch it. Weirdly enough, I kind of just stopped watching it. I guess I kind of just grew out of the age range, and that makes sense. Like, never be afraid to stop watching something, otherwise you're just gonna end up hating it. Is my advice to you. Any more questions to shoot? I guess I'll just kind of go on a little ramble about myself for the last 13 minutes. Let's see, I am 17 years old, you already know that. I won't tell you what school I go to, but I am currently doing A-levels. If anyone's lives in England here will know the horror of A-levels. Fun. Gosh, the horrors of A-levels. I'm doing art and design, which is kind of an obvious one. I'm also doing physics and maths, so interesting kaleidoscope there of weird subjects. Oh, hello, another one. and end my thing there. So what you learned about me in the last 3 minutes? I'm doing A-levels. I'm doing 3 of them. What setup do you use to draw, like tablet, etc., and fave thing to listen to while drawing? That's a good one. Thank you, 2035. Well, I'm currently scratching away on my Turcom tablet, which is kind of like an A4 size tablet. It's not the one that you can see the screen on. Those are very expensive, and I'm very, very jealous of my friend who managed to get one. Slightly jelly. And yeah, so that comes with just a kind of Bluetooth pen and everything. To rate my setup, it's a God, I can't remember what it's called. This is like a Asus laptop. It's nothing special. In fact, streaming this is taking a lot out of it. So count your blessings, I guess. And I'm using Painttool Sai right now, the illegally downloaded version. And the way you can tell, by the way, is the fact that when I go on to the blend mode, I don't know whether you can see this or not, but where it should say luminosity and shade, it's just weird symbols. Not sure what to do about that. That's just because I'm a criminal and I legally downloaded software. And then for this I'm using, what's it called? Just OBS, the kind of classic streaming software. It's just easy to use. It's not too complicated. And so yeah. What else did you say? Favorite thing to listen to? Oh god, so many things. Obviously musicals is the way to go. A lot of the time. Then there's kind of, I was introduced recently to a kind of new type of music, I guess. It's kind of really chilled. Oh my god, you're a criminal. Thank you. I pride myself on being a badass TM. That was really cringy. But yeah, by a good old friend of mine who introduced me to a new type of music, which was, I think it's called I'm probably going to say this wrong. It's lo-fi chill hop, is it? I guess it's kind of like that. It's basically songs with this like cool hip hop kind of beat, maybe even like samples, but it's just super chilled out, and it's just nice to listen to, because sometimes when I listen to musicals for too long and I realize I'm enjoying for like 3 hours, I get headaches and stuff, so it's quite nice to listen to chilled out lo-fi hip hop. Yeah, you may be right there. I thought it was called chill hop, but I don't know. I think I've been led astray. This foot is just not behaving. Yeah, so yeah, so that's what I like to listen to. Yeah, that's kind of what. Oh, new question. Blank canvas. Will you ever open a merch shop? That's interesting. I actually tried that once on, I think it's called Zazzle or something. Is it? I can't remember what it's called, but it's kind of like a, what did I have on it? I think I had a Peridot t-shirt, and something from My Little Pony that's just awkward. I guess if enough people, I'm not sure what I would sell in it. Probably just t-shirts and the like. But other than that, I don't really know what I would do if I had a merch shop. I guess I could probably try my hand at designing a few shirts to do with the Heathers thing, or like a few musical related ones maybe. But I don't know, I'm not very good with that kind of fashiony or merchy stuff. Definitely not plushies or anything, good god. My little plushie, I don't know, plushies of something. Design shit, yeah. Well, if you want to suggest something to design, then please go ahead. But yeah, for Heathers, I don't know, on the same brainwave. Fantastic, thank you, Jelly35. Oh, that's why Vincent looks so off. I forgot this little thingy. It just kind of, that never goes right. I always have to redo this one fucking forever. Oh, I just got one on Tumblr. Let me just check that one out. It's always a hassle now to get into the inbox. Oh, here we go. Oh, this is a long one. Have you ever considered having voice actors for your AU? Like for the YouTube channel, you always make compilation videos every now and then. It'd be kind of cool if the characters had voice actors to go with it. Just a funny suggestion, your artists are cool. Well, thank you. This was anonymous, so not sure what to say about that. But yeah, I have considered like covering a few of the songs. My friend agreed to do Genderbend Blue song with me. But I don't know enough guys, I guess, that would be. I always hate flipping it. That would be willing to do it with me. Yeah, so I guess I could like open a voice acting thing, but I'm not sure if enough people look or watch the videos that would want to take part in that. I guess I would be a, I don't know, I don't think the channel is big enough yet to get into voice acting, and just my organization skills are really bad anyway, so I'm not sure how that would work out. But maybe if I actually start doing more things that could be voiced other than covers of the song. I mean, anyone's free to do covers. I'm never going to be against that. But yeah, if anyone, I guess, wants to voice over some of the comics, they are perfectly allowed to. I'm not going to stop them from doing that. And yeah, voice acting. Oh, do it. Sounds like a guy over like. Well, if any of you listening, or watching this later, right, watching this later, want to do that, then go ahead. I don't mind. And yeah, that's kind of the voice acting side of it. Let's have another look. I think I saw something else in my Tumblr. All of these are just can you draw? Oh, have you ever watched a Garrett Watts video? He's pretty much what I think Hunter McNamara would act like. Oh, Garrett Watts is ringing a bell. Garrett Watts. Oh, he's the friend of Shane Dawson. Yeah, he's the one with the glasses. You know what? I totally agree with you. I watched one of his videos. I think it was he basically covered his whole wall in Doritos, which, by the way, is already Coles. But just, oh my god, the fact that he did that is amazing and spent so much time in it. I feel like, yeah, when when Hunter McNamara gets out of high school, he already has this kind of I don't care attitude about how he's been seen. So I feel like he would just be the weirdest person to be friends with, like, just anywhere. He would do really weird stuff like like covering his whole golden Doritos. Garrett Watts is really sweet as well, so I can definitely see him kind of being the personality model, I guess would be the way to say that, of my good boy Hunter McNamara. So yeah, that's that boy. I've got 3 minutes left, so, and I'm sorry I didn't really get through any of this Vincent, but here's a Vincent, a good one. His legs are still begging to differ, I think begging me to put them out of their misery. But I guess I'll kind of round this up by saying thank you for everyone who came, or if you're watching this later, because I'm going to post this up just in case, so you can see how bad I am with sketching, I guess is the only reason. Yeah, thank you for coming. This is the first time I've done one of these. It kind of turned out better than I expected, because I've done other streams before where I think 1 or 2 people come and no one chats to each other, so just end up kind of drawing on my own. First time I've actually done a stream with voiceover, so that's interesting. I need to get better at drawing and speaking at the same time, which I think is kind of a skill that you all need to learn. Multitasking is not my forte. So thank you to everyone who asked questions, especially thank you to, let's see, Destiny Silver's Back Canvas especially, stay to the end. Bear Star Works Life, Gia Madonna, Armin Alert, Piracy's Bay 22, a lot of the kind of initial ones, but I guess later on the people that actually stayed were Blank Canvas, Neo MTH, Clara 101, June Pinky 1999, Lynn Gladiator, and Spoof, and Jelly 35, of course. So you guys all know it's ending. Sorry, mate. Thank you for watching, and I guess, yeah, you got a shout out. Look at the chat for the last 5 minutes. But yeah, thank you everyone for coming, making me feel special. Oh, it's dead on midnight for me, so yeah, thanks everyone for listening and watching. Sorry I didn't get through the Vincent ref, and yeah, thank you everyone. If you missed anything, feel free to watch again, and I'm not sure how you end this, because I'm just, oh wait, I can do it with my thing. Okay, bye bye.